This is IronCall, my name is Night Fox, and welcome to Eco. To start off, you are thrown straight into an immersive open world that is designed to give a personal experience to each player. You need to forage for food, hunt the wildlife, and farm the Earth's natural resources to build your little hut or be a part of a greater community. But be careful, you can knock everything out of balance. Hunt too many bison and they go extinct. Cut down too many trees or overfarm the ground's resources, and you will directly impact the planet. Everything affects the ecosystem. Everything you do can knock the ecosystem out of whack. But then why advance? Why burn the fossil fuels or burn the oil? Why not just live in harmony with the planet? Did I forget to mention there's a meteor orbiting your tiny rock, which will arrive in about 30 days? Yeah, there's that. You can stop it, but you'll need the laser cannons to do so. How do you get them? You need to progress and advance your technologies and reach the final tier before the 30 days runs out. Now you see how much of a challenge this game presents? Guys, just a quick shout out to the server I'm playing on. IronCall is a community-based server for the Iron Knights, a group of experienced, mature, easygoing gamers from a wide variety of backgrounds who have come together to be a part of a positive community. The server is open to all. Just check in the description below for details and link to the community Discord. Build, farm, hunt, create an economy or industrial empire. Do it how you want, but do it in balance with the planet. You and your community's survival depend on it. This is Eco. Hello, and welcome. Okay, so I've just spawned in a new generated world in single player. I've quickly gone through the character creation and I've skipped all the tutorials and all that you usually get down the left hand side of the screen. You can exit out of those and of course skip all of them if you want, that is an option. If you are a novice or a rookie to this game, go through all of them, it is very useful. Thought I saw a meteor up ahead. Oh, there it is, it's hidden up there in the sun. That's the impending doom that's going to be circling us for the next month or so. Right, so very quickly into the tips and tricks for today. Starting out, I am fresh, I am a Joe. Tip number 1, go to your mini-map, okay? That is in your pause menu, just press escape, go to mini-map detail, turn it right up to the full. The way you have the rest of them set up, in advanced and all of that, that is your prerogative. You choose that, the best for your operating system, but the map, very important. The reason for it is we need to see stuff. Alright? So, first thing, tick trees. Okay, that box right there, all those trees popped up. Very simple. We can see that there are trees. We need areas with trees. Alright? If you can see, I've already put down a marker for home, which is just here, and I'm going to explain why I've done that. Number 1 is the tree coverage, but it clutters the map, so untick it after you see where your trees are, okay? The next thing I'm going to do is I'm very quickly going to go to world layers. Now, you'll notice that there is no place for stone, copper, iron, gold, coal, you name it, they're not there. But we can find them. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is we are going to scroll down till we find oil. Oh, there it was, right there. Okay, tick oil. And this will colour the entire map in, because you can get oil basically everywhere, which means you can pop an oil derrick down right here if you want, and it will get oil. However, dark spots mean kind of shitty, so don't put one there. Alright. Here though is a very bright area. This is good for oil. It's actually the best place on the entire map, is that location there, okay? I've already checked that. Now, one thing oil tells us, and this is not a hard and fast rule, but it is certainly something that has proven to be correct so far, is where there's oil, there's coal. So this is a very good area. All of this area here, very good for coal, alright? That is number 1, alright? That is very useful. So we now know where our trees are, we now know where our coal are. Oil, of course, is like a tier 3 technology, or at least up to that level. Whereas Coal is like tier 1 into tier 2. You need it fairly early on, so we need to be looking for that very early on. And you don't want to be dragging it from halfway around the map and bringing it over in a stack of 20 at a time, or building a road. If you can, get it close to home. Alright, the next thing we're going to look at, guys, is the topography. So all of these lines that are on the map that are cutting in and out and jittering over and back, alright? The closer they are together, it means the most likely you're looking at a cliff edge right there. Okay? See all those cliff edges? They're all steep edges. Now what we want to do is, well, firstly, if you have to understand that we are on a sphere. And if this was smooth, on the top layer you have your clay and you have your plants, you have your trees, they're all up there. And if you take away the first layer you get stone, and if you take away that layer then you get more stone, and you start getting copper and iron and gold mixed in. Okay? But of course it's not level, it's not flat. There's big depths in the water. And then of course you get these places that have big cliffs and that on them. Alright, these cliffs are what we're looking for. Alright, so we're gonna go over here and we're gonna take a look at these cliffs. Alright. Alright, so perfect. First place right here we have stone. In fact we have gold and we have iron. That's iron right there. And that's gold. This is your regular stone. But that's not a very good vein. You can see, yes, it goes a long way, but it doesn't have the depth. And it's depth that we're looking for, because that's the way the game is designed. You might get lots and lots of veins, but you need the thickness in the veins. Alright? So you have something similar just over here. It's a very thin vein. You got some stone here. It's something we're catching the eye, but it's not impressive. Okay, so we have a bit of a drop. Perfect. Beautiful. Okay, so you can see straight away this is a bit thicker. This is a bit better. And there's lots of it. So again, top line, bottom line. I'm sure if you dig down, you've got more coal going down. More stone going down. Of course, this is nonsense. The next thing that you notice in this area, and what we're looking for as well, is the creation of pitch. Now pitch becomes a very valuable resource. Oh, look at that floaty hatchet in the shadows. I'm not here, but my hatchet is. You're looking for these areas that have sand nearby and stone nearby, because your sand makes pitch, and the quicker you can get your efficiency up for creation of sand into pitch, you can then make mortared stone, and mortared stone helps you unlock technologies and you progress up the tree. And that's kind of tier 1, day 1, you need to be looking at. Alright? So this is a very, very good area right here. Oh, actually, I'm going to go right down here. Very simple explanation right here. Another quick tip for you. I'm going to go into this hole. Oh no, I've fallen in a hole. How do I get out? How do I get out? What you do is type in chat, /unstuck. And it pops you straight up. I was just underneath there. And now I'm up here. Very useful for getting out of those sticky situations that we always end up in. And you will get those little pockets you fall into that you simply can't get out of with these procedurally generated maps. It just happens. Okay? So when you get areas like that, it means that you have coal, and you have your copper, and your iron, and your gold, all working together. So we want to look for those areas, alright? Now, that brings us on to the next thing. I haven't put down a house yet. What I want to do is I want to very quickly go out, and I want to start running around like a bit of a crazed lunatic, looking for all kind of seeds and plants and fruits and berries that I can find. Wherever you put down your roots, you should really be looking to pull up roots. You see what I did there? Yeah, I'm tired. The reason you want to do this is they are a finite resource. Okay, so we can come back to our map. Sure, I can eat beans and I can eat beets. As you see down here, I've got my tomatoes, I've got my beets already, and into my backpack I've put the seeds. Okay, I can eat the seeds all I want, or the seeds all I want. Of course I can, but I shouldn't. You should never touch those. You can go hungry, you can eat wood, and you can eat grass if you want. I don't care. Don't eat your damn seeds. Don't do what I've done a couple of times now. Yes, I've done it. Where I've eaten my seeds and then I've got, damn, I've no seeds to plant food, and I went hungry. And it's a miserable existence. Don't bloody do it, alright? You come to your huckleberries and you have your tomatoes and you have your beets, and you can right click on them and you can see that they give you nutrition on a daily basis. That's great, okay? But don't eat your seeds. If you're looking for them, you go to your filter. First one I come across is beans. There you go, that purple area right there, that's got beans growing in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in on it, and I'm just going to quickly drop a marker right there. So we'll go check the beets. Let's just say beets. So no beets here. No beets. Okay, perfect. Beets. There's not as many. Those areas there have beets in them. Alright, so you need to be going out day one, minute one, and getting as many beets and as many tomatoes. And honestly, if you're looking for something and it's not there, you can't see it, well, you gotta try harder. The rarer a resource is, like corn or like wheat or like rice, the more you need to find it. It's imperative that you find it. And look at this, huckleberries. So, nom nom nom, we're just gonna pick those all up. And as you can see here, we got huckleberry seeds, and we got huckleberries, okay? Keep the seeds, you can eat the berries. So you can plant them. Alright? So you get the idea. But if there's something that you can't find on a map, like for example corn, or for example wheat, because we haven't had those just yet, you go out and you find them. Because you need to find them day one. Alright? That brings us on to the next thing. While we're talking about seeds, yes, there are a lot of trees here. If you ask the question, is it enough trees? The answer is always no. You never have enough wood. I'll let that sink in for a second. So there's a way around it, okay? And it's probably something you can debate whether you want to do it on day one or not. But say I'm building a house right here, I have to take that tree out of it. I'm going to leave this one here and I'm going to take that one out of it. And I'm going to leave that one there and I'll take that one. And I'll thin out the trees and I'll take my wood. But never deforest the entire area. It has massive knock-on effects with absolutely everything. Don't do it. Do not do it. Leave some trees. Okay? But what you can do is if you go to a tree that has a nice low limb, for example this one here, you see the tree highlights like that, and then you go to the limb and it highlights differently. You can chop those off. So I'm going to keep this tree here, but I can chop its limb. Come on, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy. There we go. Okay, let's see. Did I get it? No, I didn't. So what I'm hoping to get there, guys, is, well, the seeds from those trees. I can leave the tree, I can cut the limb, and minute one, day one, once I get a hole up and running, I can replant trees. Did I get any? No, I did not. Of course you can turn up your efficiency and that on it, and it can be quite laborious to go around doing it, but if I'm going to knock this tree here, knock the limbs off, or at least knock the tree, because when you knock the tree, you get a couple of different little offcuts from it. There she goes. And you see the limbs right there? I'm going to chop that limb if possible right there. And no, still no luck. Go, you want to take out the wood pulp, that's another way of making the pitch, like the sand. And you want to get these limbs. And hopefully, someday, you might get a seed. Someday it might happen. And then, of course, you can chop up the wood and bring home your wood and be happy with the wood. But seeds are very important. That includes trees and every type of crop that you need to grow and every type of berry that you need, because they're not just food. They also help you unlock different technologies, alright guys? So you need to get those. You need to get them fast. And stockpile them. You might not use them on the first day or the second day or the third day, but I can promise you, you will need them. Especially if you're on a populated server. Alright? What does that lead us on to next? I suppose it's skill points, isn't it? We still haven't built a house. We still haven't started accumulating things to build a house with. But skill points are all very important, because we're talking about food. Now I'm on a low collaboration server because it's in my single player, so you can see my food here is quite high at 538. On a high collaboration server, that might be 1. Alright? That multiplier might be base 1. And what that means is 538.5 is the amount of food skill points I'm bringing in a day. So just on my food, how many skill points I'm bringing in a day. As you can see, there's a +0 here for housing. So if you build a house, you get more skill points per day. And because I'm on my own, I need to be able to unlock all of the technologies basically to shoot down that meteor within 30 days. If I'm on a high collaboration server, my objective is to be a cog in the machine to pick, for example, masonry, and I want to go for cementing, but that's quite expensive. So we're not going to be able to unlock cementing on day 1 or probably day 2 or day 3. But I want to stockpile my points, because after quite a few days of getting my food up and my house ready, I would be lucky to have 100 points coming in a day. And to unlock the cement specialty and bring up the cement tree, that could easily cost me 300 points. Alright, and if you go to, say, smithing and you go want to do, say, advanced smelting, this becomes a whole new ball game. This could be 500 points or 1000 points, depending on how many skills you have beforehand. Alright, so if you're a cog in the machine, guys, stockpile those points. You can have a couple of specialties, of course, but think long term, think big game, because you don't want to be short points when the time comes. Alright, that's pretty much it. Straight off the bat, that is her. Okay, all the quick tips and tricks to get you going. This is a new channel, so remember to hit that like button. It will be somewhere down there, and don't forget to hit subscribe. All the support you can give is greatly appreciated. Yes, I know I'm shit now, but the more support I get, the better I get, because the more I'll do it, right? If you've any comments, definitely put them in there. If you want to come along and join us on the server, the information will be in the links below, as will our community Discord. You're welcome to come join it, hang out, chill with the guys, join us on the server. If you have any comments, any input, any queries, I personally might not have the answer, but I can talk to the guys, they will have the answers. And if we don't have the answers, we will find the answers, because it's what we do. Alright, and if you have any criticism, go ahead, knock yourself out, stick that in there as well, because we can never be miserable enough. Alright guys, thanks very much for listening, stay safe, catch you laters.